as an artist, I just listen. I listen to what's in the studio, what's outside of the house. When we walk outside, we walk down the street. You gotta listen. You gotta look at things and um, and just be aware of them. And because the visions even have to feel comfortable enough to come to you. Like this guy's okay. You know, he's okay. Let's go here. Let's go there with him. It's not the answer that you're looking for. It's just a part of the whole journey that you're on. All each painting is just a footstep, and I like it. And I'm just following it. I'm just following them. It's the power of everything around us, and being aware that there's something else at play, and it's nature. Nature is this energy that's constant around us. When you become aware of nature and knowing that we're just a part of something else, calm you down. It takes the anxiety away, knowing that what we're doing isn't necessarily as important as we think it is. It's just something that allows us to preserve these moments, this life that we're living. I'm learning about where we came from, and we're always finding out new things. And I think it's important to know that our culture just isn't in a history book. It's right now. You know, where we learned the most about art was from our mother. Our father died when I was 7, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him about painting, or we just saw it. We just saw he was this big character, and we saw him moving through this house that he built with these studios and a gallery, big brushes, big palettes, big canvases, sort of all around us all the time. And it almost seemed kind of fictional because it was so big, and kind of we recognized the a sort of legendary it was. You can get a sense of that, and there was always people around coming in to see the work, to take the work, to show the work, and meanwhile, this is just our community that he was capturing. It was the elders, the students, the kids from the community that he was working with, and the other artists, and that's who he was painting, and that's what he was painting. And so we saw right away that family, how important family is, how important community is, how important teaching and learning was, because that's what he was doing as well as teaching, and he was learning from them, and he was capturing those moments. And I think right off the bat, that's what we knew was sort of an integral part of art, is to keep all those things in mind when you're creating. It's not just you. You're sort of the conduit of all these emotional, the history, culture, time is coming in, and you're aware of it. You're thinking about that when you paint. You think about your loved ones. You think about the people that have passed. You think about the future, and all of that is happening all at once. And that not before you're trying to paint the fishtail. You know, you're celebrating one day, you're crying the next day. You're you're in another city on a stage talking about it. You're at home under the covers crying about it. And I feel it's not only support from you know, my wife. I think it's more. It's also the support of, like, we're talking earlier about my community, and having their support is also just a wonderful thing. You feel they don't have to see what I'm doing. I think it's more about our relationship and the acceptance of you as an artist. And I think it's easy in an Indigenous community to accept it. They're all artists. I mean, that's what it means to be Indigenous, is to create and to find out and to look and to uh, make sure everybody's aware of that. You know, I mean, by just like looking after each other. And there's so many different challenges that are sort of trying to stop you, that want to stop you from doing what you do. And it can get scary, I think, especially as an Indigenous artist. You have to know when to speak and know when to protect your own words, you know. You don't want it to fall on the wrong ears necessarily, or you have to just protect your spirit. And then it gives you that freedom just to be vulnerable enough to make it. And so that's why it's hard to find your footing, you know. And that's what I mean, like in art, in painting. I like that idea of being vulnerable, but also prepared for that battle.